afternoon, everyone. Do you still remember how people are amazed when Steve Jobs released the Siri for Apple products? In a few months, Siri becomes prevalent among teenagers. This summer, with the help of Google Voice, we enable voice command feature for IVLE mobile app. Today, we proudly bring our new mobile app, IVLE Talk, to the public. First of all, let me introduce my team. My teammate Ling Ling and myself, Ruo Chen, are going to present you our app. Another team member, Zhou Jun, who is not here, will mentally support us. So, let's see the agenda first. First of all, we will give a short description about our app from four aspects: originality, platform, interface, and usefulness, followed by a 5-minute short demo, and we have also provided a Q&A session for you to clarify your doubts. So, what does IVLE Talk really do? IVLE Talk is a mobile app that allows users to navigate IVLE by using voice command feature. Besides using the traditional finger tap, users can simply use input voice to control it. So we can treat IVLE Talk as the combination of IVLE mobile app and voice command feature. So for our app, IVLE Talk, we have 3 N's: new idea, new function, and new experience. Although there are some IVLE mobile app available for students, none of them have voice command feature. So we added this feature into the IVLE mobile app. Thus, we give a totally new experience to students. We have used 2 major platforms during our development phase. Google Voice Recognition is used to recognize users' voice input. And we have also used Google Text-to-Speech in order to answer users' questions. Besides the basic functions that Google Text-to-Speech provided to us, we have also hard-coded some funny answers in order to support our Chat with IVLE feature. You will find more about it when we do the demo. So, for our user interface, unlike the previous version of IVLE, we use classic color, black and white, as our main theme. And, of course, we'll still have some striking and useful icons on the page. Alert messages and navigation bars are used to make our app more user-friendly. So, let's see some screenshots of IVLE Talk. This is the main page of IVLE Talk. As you can see, there are some shortcuts on the top right corner, as well as a speech button, which allows users to input their voice. And we have also provided an instruction list, which allows users to log out or seek help. There are some colorful and serviceable icons on the page. If you want to create a new post on a forum or create a new event, you just need to tap on the pen button to create it. And if you want to refresh the page, it is the same thing. So this is the layout of new post. As you can see from here, we have tried our best to give options for users to select rather than let them key in the words. And for some long answers, users can use these stop buttons to stop outputting the voice or choose to continue with it. If user has input some invalid voice command, this alert message will pop up And if user chooses yes, it will give a new input voice command. If no, it will terminate. So now I will pass to Lilin to talk about the usefulness of our app.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now I would like to talk about why this application is useful for the in-US students. Firstly, our application supports most of the basic IVLE functions so that the in-US students could use it in the same way as any other IVLE applications. At the same time, we also added the voice control feature to this application, which makes it which simplifies some application operation and add more fun to the use of this application. Secondly, there are many other useful functions enabled by voice commands. These commands are easy to use and makes the use of IVLE more efficient and more user-friendly. It also improves user experience. Now let's look at the basic IVLE functions. Firstly, with voice commands, the user can open the corresponding pages and view the contents of modules, events, announcements, forums, workbins, and so on. The user would also be able to use voice commands to create a new post in the forum or download some files. Secondly, with voice commands, the user can select the displayed item either by the name of the item or with the number indicating the item's position in the displayed list. Finally, with this application, the user will need less steps to change to another module. For example, if the user is viewing if the user is reading some posts in a forum, he will, but now he's under module A. If he wants to switch to module B, he does not need to keep pressing the back button and find the module in the module list. He only needs to press the voice button and see the module's name. Then the module will be opened. There are many other useful functions are enabled by voice commands. Firstly, with voice commands, the user could easily open some frequently used web pages. For example, Google, NUS Webmail, NUS Map, library, faculties, and schools. The user could also use this application to search for some information on Google. Let's consider such a situation. A user is reading some posts in a forum and encounters some concepts that he is not very clear. So the user wants to search for some information about that concept. With this application, the user will only need to press the button. For example, if the user wants to search for linear algebra, he only need to press the voice button and say Google linear algebra. Then the result will be displayed on the screen. To make it more interesting, we also added a chat with IVLE function so that the user could talk with IVLE and ask some very basic questions like, what's displayed on screen? How are you? Hello. If the user feels tired, he could also press the voice button and ask the IVLE application to sing a song. Yeah. Now I and my teammate will demonstrate how to use this application. These are the voice commands supported by this application. So let's try the first command, help. Then the instructions will be displayed on the screen. Now let's go back to the main page.
Return.
Okay, let's try to open events.
Events.
Okay, let's try to create a new event.
New.
Okay. Now we can also select some modules or some items, either by number or by the name of that item. Now let's try to go to some. Okay. Now let's select the second module.
Second. Second. Second.
Now we are in the subpage of the second module. Now let's let's open announcements.
Announcements.
Okay. Now we are in the subfolder of the second module. Now, if we want to switch to another module, we only need to see parts of the module's name. Now let's try it.
Enterprise System Development.
Now we are in the subfolder of this module. Okay, let's try to get the information displayed on the screen. Let's go to any other page. Okay, try. What's displayed on the screen? Okay.
What is on the screen?
The information displayed on the screen. IVLE Talk 1 iCreate Mobility Challenge Trial Data 1. IVLE Talk 2 iCreate Mobility Challenge Trial Data 2. IVLE Talk 3 iCreate Mobility Challenge Trial Data 3. IVLE Talk 4 iCreate Mobility.
If the content is very long, we can stop it. Okay, let's try something more interesting. Let's chat with this application. Let's open any other page. Okay, let's talk with it.
Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
I am IVLE Talk. You could find more information about me on Google Play.
We could also let IVLE sing a song.
Sing a song.
Our whole universe was in a hot, dense state that nearly 14 billion years ago expansion started. Waiting, here began to cool the outro.
That's all for our demonstration. Thank you.
So now we are open for questions.
Amazing when Sing turns into a man. What motivates you to introduce voice in some sense?
Because currently there are many types of IVLE applications, but none of them support voice function. I think if we incorporate voice function to the application, which will make it more interesting to use this application, and it will also simplify some operations. And it also adds some very useful features like search on Google.
Right. So you are able to program some keywords for the questions so that it will navigate into certain parts of the IVLE system. Am I right?
Yeah, we coded some strings, and when we use the Google API to return some strings, we write a method to get the similarity of these two strings. If the two string match, then we go to some method.
Right. So I think voice is great. It's cool to see, but it's not something that you always want to do always to navigate and things like that. I think you need to find an area where people always want to get it immediately. So, for example, latest assignment for a module, right? Can I get latest assignment for CPE, blah, blah, blah. Then you will go and check and we'll tell you no. Or, is there, new posting in the work bin? Then, your system can go and check and say, no, there's nothing new. Or you have, so you need, people will go into the system to answer certain questions, to find out the answers for certain questions that they have in mind, whether the lecturer posts something new for the module or there's any new discussion which is interesting for me. So I think if you can capture that as your database of all the possible questions, I think, yes, your mobile, this concept will fly. Because I wouldn't want to navigate and check, actually I don't have any new assignments or something else. Not much on the navigation, to me, I feel. But it's like asking a friend, but now your friend is this Google Talk. Yeah. But I think if you get that, I think you'll be able to do pretty well with this. So.
Yeah. Thank you for your advice.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you still need to click on the button to talk to it, right? So you didn't really eliminate the touching completely. Yeah.
And also, you need somewhere ready for it.
Yeah.
If you go to canteen and do this, you probably get rubbish.
Yeah.
You mentioned that if you speak certain words in the module, you actually go to the module, correct?
Yeah.
So what if you have modules with similar? I mean, let's say you have two modules with the same word.
If the two modules are very similar, then it will open the first one. Because in our methods, we compare the two strings and get the similarity of the two strings. If the similarity is high enough, it will conduct
So
some.
let's say, for example, for this screen, I just say experiment. So you no matter what, you also give me the paid psychology and EEG experiment first.
Okay.
Correct? Because it's the first one. So I'll never ever get to the second or the third experiment.
Okay.
So try the first one.
I mean, if let's suppose these are all my modules. If I were to say experiment, I'll get paid psychology and EEG experiment.
Okay, let's try
Right.
Experiment.
Which is this? Oh, the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
So how do I get to the second one? Paid psychology and EEG experiment.
Psychology, but it's too hard.
Paid psychology.
Paid psychology. Try.
Paid psychology.
Oh. Because the title is too long. Then the similarity is retained is very low.
Jeffrey, can we get you to try speaking something? Jeffrey, can we get to try speaking experiment and see whether it works?
Me?
Yeah.
There. Experiment?
What's the problem with worldwide? Always you could never figure.
Experiment. No, it still get.
Figure.
Yeah, still get the paid emotion.
Okay.
This is another
Paid psychology. Paid psychology experiment. Yeah, can't even recognize numbers.
Yeah, that's you need some with perfect English.
Need American to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you try? No. You try. Experiment to that first.
Try the psychology
Just try experiment. Don't make Google for
experiment. Experiment.
Okay.
And then for cancer first.
So face psychology doesn't work, okay?
So for the long title, because either people will always choose like by first, second, so not do really much on the main one.
Okay. So it's just always fun to watch it. So yeah. Let's see how much this one will up. Okay, I guess that's it for me. Anything? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.